So all of the above things that I've said, they apply to every sector. They're not new, but I'd like to share some of the specific examples of what we're doing in the hub to nurture our ED&I kind of in culture within our quantum workforce. So our ED&I plan is accessible to everyone. This ensures that we can be held accountable for integrating it into all of the things that we do. We strongly encourage everyone to contribute to the ED&I plan. We endeavour to have a 50-50 male-female ratio at our high-level decision-making boards, and thought is obviously given to the timing of when we have these meetings for caring responsibilities or religious holidays or the like. We invite and encourage earlier career researchers to present at events. And I think I might need to explain this a little bit more. So the typical event, virtual or in person, they tend to pack as many renowned speakers or experienced or high-level speakers into the agenda as they can to attract a greater audience. And this has almost become an expectation in events. But actually, there's nothing wrong with having a couple of key speakers and then opening the rest of the floor to early career researchers or less experienced individuals who want to gain some experience. And we've done this in a number of our events, and we've explained why we've made these decisions to the organising committee. It's like a light bulb moment. They're just thinking, oh, that's actually a really easy, good way of ensuring that more individuals get the opportunity to gain the experiences that they need to work themselves up the ladder. And I'm really hoping that this culture change really takes off. I mean, I can see the benefits of it already. The other things we do, we think about the use of language, the use of Alex, like I mentioned before, and the more things that we move online. For example, we post loads of videos online, or we have videos when we do presentations like this. We include captions on each of our videos that we share with the community. So there will be individuals who are out there who are hard of hearing, and we want to make sure that they have access to what we want to share with them. Or, you might have a noisy background because you've got children and you just kind of want to be able to look after your kids whilst being able to read what's going on the screen. We in the hub have accepted that ED&I will always be a work in progress. So that's also a really important thing, because we don't expect to change things overnight and we don't expect it to stay the same. So all of the things that we do here, they seem like little gestures, but they actually go a really long way. Despite all of these things being put in place, we as a hub recognise that we can't do everything. And that's why when the UK develops its quantum workforce, we in the hub want the community to be aware. We want the community to engage, and we want the community to be proactive. Every individual is different, and no matter, it doesn't matter how good everyone's intentions are, change can be challenging, and it's not always easy to integrate new ways of thinking into existing infrastructure. So we need to think about how we can encourage ED&I behaviours as well into what we do. There might also be things like external factors, or we might encounter difficulties that's out of our control. So if you take the example of the pandemic, for me, the pandemic has highlighted the digital divide. I'm in a very privileged position. Everyone that's invited and joining us here today, we have access to the internet. I've never really thought about some of the families, in the UK that don't have access to the internet. So when it comes to the quantum workforce, we might want to consider, how do we open doors for those in poverty, those who have brilliant minds that cannot access the quantum computer via the cloud and tinker around with it? How do we help them acquire the relevant skills that they need should they want to be part of the quantum workforce? And these questions aren't easy to answer. These types of challenges, they aren't easy, but there's only so much we can do within the hub to foster an equitable, diverse and inclusive environment. And this is why we do talks like these. We encourage ED&I because we want to work with partners and collaborators who are on the same page as us to further the ED&I agenda. And hopefully this will encourage those who aren't quite there yet to follow suit. So that's what we do within the Hub, and this is what we like to encourage in the community. So with that, I'd just like to finish with Rupesh's nice and tidy tagline of quantum doesn't discriminate, so why should we?